Dayspace online podcast. Dayspace.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Dayspace Online. I'm Lizzie from Reigate and we have Julia.
Hi guys.
And Joe.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about the 7 wonders of the world. So we're going to start off talking about the 7 wonders of the ancient world quickly. So the 7 wonders of the ancient world, there were 7 sites mentioned in many old texts chosen to have great significance. So that was the pyramids of Giza, the lighthouse of Alexandria, Colossus of Rhodes, the temple of Artemis, the hanging gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus in Olympia, and the mausoleum at, I did look up the pronunciation of this morning.
Halicarnassus.
Halicarnassus, thank you very much, Joe. So the only one that's still in existence is the pyramids of Giza. So it was decided that a committee was formed and 7 new wonders of the world were chosen by a vote from 2000 to 2007. But Joe, I understand that you did a little bit of research into the 7 ancient wonders of the world.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I kind of looked them up a bit because I was interested. And yeah, actually, the destruction of them all was quite interesting. Most of them were destroyed by earthquakes, but there were only a couple of them that were destroyed by man. You know, so the 2 temples, the one of Zeus and the temple of Artemis, they were destroyed by man, but the rest of them were destroyed by earthquakes.
Wow.
All apart from the pyramids of Giza, which still stand today.
Yeah.
And the hanging gardens of Babylon, they weren't ever sure exactly where it was located. So they don't even know if it was real or not.
Oh,
Wow.
how interesting.
How can it be a wonder if it potentially wasn't real?
Well, I wonder if they were just wondering about it.
Yes. I like what you did there, Lizzie.
Thank you very much. So yes, so then there's 7 new wonders of the world. So we're going to start off with the Great Wall of China. So the Great Wall of China is the collective name for a number of fortifications built to protect the northern border of China. So how long do we think the Great Wall of China is?
It's long, I think.
It's long. Are we talking?
It is very long.
Give us a ballpark and then we'll guess. I don't know.
Okay, is it 21,196 kilometres long? Is it 5,732 kilometres long? Or is it 2,686 kilometres long?
Wow. I'm going to go with A, 21,000 and whatever you said. Because it's a big number.
Julia,
Okay, I'll go with B then. I'll go with B.
Oh, sorry, Joe, I jumped in.
You ruined the game, Lizzie.
I ruined the game. No, Julia was right. One archaeological study showed that the Great Wall, including all of its branches, is 21,196 kilometres long, equal to half the length of the equator, going around the whole globe.
Wow.
Right.
So it's half the width of the world. That's mad. And so some of the walls were built as early as 7th century BC. However, the most well-known stretches are the newest parts, which were built in the Ming Dynasty in 1368 to 1644. So in that dynasty. So it's in northern China and it averages 6 to 7 meters tall.
Okay.
So that's quite tall. That's quite a few tall people stood on other tall people's shoulders.
A good fortification.
Yes.
So it was made by man, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I think it's the longest man-made structure in the world.
Oh, check you out with your facts, Julia.
I think it's about 2,300 years old.
Yeah, approximately
So
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tallest portion of the wall is 14 meters tall. and most of the ceilings are 2.7 metres.
Okay.
And do you know how many visitors it gets per year?
You are going to have to tell me the answer to that.
50 million visitors per year.
Wow.
That's a lot of people going to see a wall.
But did you know that nearly 1/3 of the wall has disappeared without trace? How exciting!
Has it been stolen?
Mysterious.
But I think people just maybe take a brick here and there, and over the years it's gone.
Those 50 million people per year, one brick per person.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be gone soon.
Exactly.
We do not recommend stealing any historical artifacts.
I'm sure that's not the reason why the wall has disappeared without trace, but yeah.
Fabulous. So then we are on to Petra. And Petra is an archaeological city in southern Jordan, once inhabited by I looked up this word again and I've forgotten how to say it, Nabateans?
Yeah,
we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
And it's known as archaeological because no one lives there. So do we know how long ago people lived in Petra when they first started to live there?
No, I actually don't. Do you?
Something.
I do.
Oh God.
Well, I have all the information in front of me, so I'm not that clever that I have all these facts stored in my noggin. So the area around Petra, so around the city, has been inhabited as early as 7,000 BC.
Whoa.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's thought that the Nabateans may have settled in what became the capital city as early as the 4th century BC.
Oh, wow. This is a very long time ago.
Yeah, but there's archaeological work have discovered Nabatean presence definitely from the 2nd century BC. So still quite a few hundreds and thousands of years ago. So we've got a picture here in front of us of the treasury, but there are 800 monuments in this city, in this archaeological city. And they include buildings, tombs, baths, temples, and gateways.
Gateways to what?
Well, I'm guessing other parts of the city.
Okay, yeah. Not other world.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Well, maybe that's where all the people disappeared to.
They're hiding bricks there.
Yes, they're hiding the bricks from the Great Wall of China. So the Nabateans worship the sun. So archaeological evidence has found that it's the city is designed to align with solar patterns.
Yes, symbolising light and life.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And you may recognise it from Indiana Jones. That's where I know it from.
Yes.
Which Indiana Jones?
The Last Crusade.
Yeah, the resting place of the Holy Grail.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's believed to be a decorated graveyard, and they reckon it's home to 1,000 tombs.
Wow.
So there's at least 1,000 tombs. Yeah. Amazing. And it's actually carved into the cliff face.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, I think we should put these things in. So do you know who the Nabateans were?
Do I personally know them?
No, well, you might know one. I don't know.
I don't actually. Do you, Julia?
Well, they were Arab people who lived in the North Arabic Desert, Arabian Desert, the North Arabian Desert, and they roamed with their herds to wherever they could find water and pasture. So that's what they were up to. And then I guess they did this city. Amazing.
Yeah, fabulous. Does anybody have anything else to add about Petra?
No?
Not really, no.
So we are on to the Colosseum.
Yes.
And it's also known as the Flavian Amphitheatre. The Colosseum is an oval, open-air theatre in
Roma.
Roma, Italy.
Hey.
See.
See. So it was built in about 80 AD.
Right.
And it was used for gladiator contests and shows. And the shows
Gladiators.
included mock sea battles, animal hunts, executions, reenactments of famous battles and dramas based on Greek mythology.
Cool.
So, do we know how many spectators they could have got in to the amphitheatre?
I'm thinking it was a lot.
50,000.
It wasn't.
That's a
Something
lot.
like that. 58, 70,000, something like that.
You've got it on the nose there, Joe. It
Have
said here. It says here 50,000 to 80,000 spectators.
Oh wow.
There you go.
That's what I got.
And so, yeah, it's an oval-shaped theatre, but obviously it's open air, and it's 189 metres long, 156 metres wide, and 50 metres high, about the height of a 12-storey building.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
It was built by tens of thousands of slaves.
Oh,
Hard work, I'm imagining.
yes.
Although they didn't do much to the toilets. I've been there, and
Oh, have you?
The facilities aren't great in the Colosseum,
They're
I've got to
not.
admit.
I think I read somewhere that the wheelchair access is not great.
They need to
No,
update it a bit.
Be aware.
they do. Need to make it more accessible.
Yeah, maybe.
You could fit the same number of people as you could in the London Stadium for West Ham.
Woo!
Hey, up
There you
the
go.
hammers.
Exactly. I thought that was just a little interesting factoid there.
But it has been destroyed in parts.
Yeah, that whole chunk of it's missing, isn't it?
Yeah, there is bits missing, and I think it was destroyed. Some bits by vandals, but also they get earthquakes too. So that's not going to help, is it?
No, that's not going to help the structural integrity of your building.
It's not. I'd like to go there. Is it really great, Joe?
It was pretty amazing, yeah.
Did they have a show when you were there, or do you just
No. Unfortunately, the area where the performers and the gladiators would be it's all sunken in, and they don't have it anymore, so they can't perform anything in it. And I don't think they would want to anyway, because they might damage it if they performed on it.
So, does anyone have any more facts about the Colosseum?
No.
No, I think we've done well.
We're going to move over to Mexico now, and we are going to, and I did look up the pronunciation and remember this one, Chichen Itza.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a city built by the Mayans in Mexico. And the main building is El Castillo, a step pyramid in the center of the city. So, do we know what El Castillo means?
The castle.
The castle, it does indeed. And there's the temple of Kulkan, and it's the most well-known structure in Chichen Itza, apparently.
Ah. Have you been there?
Who, me? No. I'd like to go.
No, I haven't.
I'd love
I
to go
haven't
to
been
Mexico.
to Mexico before. I think it would be a very interesting place to go to.
Not true. I have been to Tijuana. That wasn't great.
No,
You would have preferred to go on to Chichen Itza.
Yeah. Again, the toilets weren't great in Tijuana.
Is your travelling around the world just measured by how good the toilets are? There's
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
this was in a restaurant, and it was a bucket on the floor, so
Oh,
not great.
Wow. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think I would have held it till I got home.
I did.
The temple that I just mentioned of Kulkulkan was believed to have been erected between the 9th and 12th centuries, and it's an important observatory for astronomical events.
Mm.
And archaeologists believe that the doors and windows are aligned to astronomical events, and especially Venus, as it leads to the heavens, apparently. So we said that it's a step pyramid. Do we know how many steps are on each side of the pyramid?
Oh, what those bits all the way down? Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can count them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't manage. What?
You might be there for quite some time, Joe, because it has 91 steps.
Whoa.
On each side. And someone else who's cleverer than I can work out how many steps there are on that.
365.
Oh,
is that wrong?
Okay. I don't know. I'm not getting out a calculator, Julia. I'll just believe you.
I'm having a look. But I think it's like that. I didn't realise there was 91 on each side.
Yeah. It's a square-based pyramid, so it's got 4 sides.
Yeah. With a temple on the top.
With a temple on the top. So...
do the sides count as steps as well? You know, the rest of it? Because they're for giants. So. Giants could step on
They are big old steps.
Are they big?
So Chichen Itza is one of the largest Mayan cities, and it contains a range of architectural styles, probably due to there being a range of cultures living there at the time. So it's also built on top of a cenote, which is a natural sinkhole. And it's believed that the Mayans knew about it, as many ceremonial objects and bones have been found down there. So that's exciting.
Yes. But if it's on a sinkhole, is it going to sink one day?
Possibly. Who knows? Nobody lives there now, so maybe they were aware that this is one of the issues that may happen if you don't build your temples on good structural ground.
Very true.
Oh, listen, if you clap from one end of the ball court, it produces 9 echoes in the middle of the court.
Oh, see, I wanted to talk about the ball court.
Oh, go on, yeah.
I've got a little factoid here that in the city they had a ball court that measured 168 metres long and 70 metres wide, which is the largest known in the Americas, so in both North and South America.
Wow. And
during ball games, people had to hit a 5.4 kilogram rubber ball through stone, with losers facing death. Oh. So again, all fun and games in the Mayan Empire.
Wow.
Cheery back.
Yeah. But yeah, so the people inhabited this city between 600 and 1200 AD, so post-Jesus, and slightly fewer tourists than the Great Wall of China. It had 2.6 million tourists in 2017, so that's still a lot of people.
Mm.
So we're in a similar area in the world. We're now in southern Peru, and we're going to Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
And Machu Picchu is an Inca citadel in southern Peru, and it overlooks a sacred valley. So just as a definition, a citadel is a fortified area of a town or city, and citadel literally means little city. So it's a city within a city.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Do we know how... Yeah, it does look beautiful. Do we know how high Machu Picchu is?
Oh, on the top of a mountain like that.
It is. It's on a mountain ridge, and it's 2,430 meters high. So in the Quechua Indian language, oh, go on, Julia.
Yeah. I think it means old peak or old mountain, doesn't it?
It does indeed. I was just about to say that, but you took the words out of my mouth.
Oh.
Sorry. No, it's fine. And it's actually invisible from below. So if you're stood at the bottom and you look up, you can't see it.
Wow.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Because it's so high.
I think it's also because of where they built it on the ridge.
Yeah.
So
lost in clouds or something.
Possibly. So a lot of the cities built by the Incas were destroyed by the Spanish conquest of South America. But Machu Picchu was, because it was hidden, it's meant that it's one of the most well-preserved Inca cities. And written here, an archaeological gem.
Mm. Lots of people travel there, don't they? I know people that will do big walks and
Yeah.
to there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it must be a
my
trek to
friend
get up
has
there.
done a. Yes, my friend did a sponsored trek to Machu Picchu.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
she-
Yeah.
I asked her to bring me back a poncho, which she didn't, or panpipes.
Oh,
But she did get me a nice set of gloves with alpacas on, so that was fun.
well, there's
But she
something.
had to carry them back down the mountain, so she didn't want to fill her backpack too much.
Well, no, quite. I expect a poncho is fairly heavy.
Yes, I can imagine so. So then we're going to warmer climes now. We're going to go over to India, to the Taj Mahal.
Ah,
So the Taj Mahal is a marble mausoleum that was built by Shah Jahan for his wife who passed away. So a mausoleum is basically a structure or a building that contains a grave to remember someone, basically.
Just like one of the wonders of the ancient world, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Hey,
Exactly.
bringing it back.
There you go.
thank you, Joe. Full circle.
Where would we be without you, Joe, keeping us on topic? So, do we know, or could we have a guess at how much the Taj Mahal cost?
How much it costs?
It's got to be millions, isn't it?
So I can tell you how much it cost in rupees, and then you could try and make a guess in pound sterling. It cost 32 million rupees.
32 million
12
rupees.
million pounds.
It wasn't quite 12 million. It was approximately, given with inflation, is equivalent to about 742 million. Oh no, it's more than. I didn't read that properly. More than what you said, Joe. So much more. I read it as 74.
The pound wasn't as strong back then, I guess, or something.
No, but yes. So, and it was commissioned in 1632.
Yeah.
So I think it's possibly our most. Oh no, it's not quite our most modern, but it's almost there. So 1632 is when it was commissioned. And do we know how much? Do we know how many people it took to build it?
Oh, now that's an interesting question.
Millions again.
No, not millions again. This time I read it first.
Thousands.
Yeah, it was 20,000 people it took to construct the
Not
Taj
slaves
Mahal.
this time, I hope.
Well, it just says people.
Okay.
So we can hope that they were paid a fair wage and treated
Let's
nicely.
They used elephants to transport all the materials for it to build.
Wow.
Hey,
And it took about 20 years to build it.
wow. You are full of facts, Julia.
Aren't I?
You are. It's almost
Well,
like
it's
you're
interesting. I
prepared.
like it. I don't know this stuff. It's interesting learning about it, definitely.
It is. So, yeah, it employed 20,000 artisans under the guidance of a board of architects led by the court architect to the Emperor Ustad Ahmed Lahori. I'm going to guess is how
Very
you say
good.
their name. It's over a 17-hectare site.
What's a hectare?
I don't know how big that is, and I don't know what else is 17 hectares.
Let's go with it's big. It must be big. I'm looking at the picture. It looks big.
There's two of them in this picture.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's built. I think it's part of two built. I think the Taj Mahal is one part, and then there's another building that goes with it as well.
Yeah, that looks like a little gateway that leads to it or something, maybe.
We're going to our most modern wonder of the world now. So we're going to Brazil, and this was something that was built in 1922 to 1931, and it's Christ the Redeemer. So overlooking Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, Christ the Redeemer is a 30-metre tall statue of Jesus Christ.
Interesting fact. Not quite as tall as the Colossus of Rhodes.
oh.
One of our
there
ancient
you go.
world statues, and not quite as tall as the Statue of Liberty. because both the Colossus and the Statue of Liberty were 33 meters tall, give or take.
Well, the height actually excludes the 8-meter pedestal that it stands on.
Well,
So
in
from
that case,
ground to top of Jesus's head, it's slightly taller.
oh,
Wow.
he beats them.
I wonder if the pedestal was put there on purpose to make it slightly taller.
Just like the tower on the Empire State Building. You know, they added a satellite tower or something to make that the tallest. Cunning.
Yes.
But Lizzie, was it actually built in Brazil?
Oh, I don't know, Julia. Was it built in Brazil?
Well, I've got a feeling it was first made in France by the French sculptor Paul Landowski. And he created it in clay pieces, and then they shipped it to Brazil, and they sort of put it together using concrete and stuff, and that's how it was made.
Yeah, it's just like the Statue of Liberty. That was originally made in Paris and then shipped over.
Very clever.
There you go.
They like designing these things, the French.
Yeah, so I've got here that Landowski is a French sculptor.
Yes.
And then when it was brought over, it was built by Brazilian engineer Heitor de Silva Costa with French engineer Albert Caco, Romanian sculptor George Leon. Yeah, it looks quite like George, as I would say.
Jorge, maybe it's Jorge.
Maybe it's Jorge. Leonida. And Leonida fashioned the face for Christ the Redeemer. So it's actually at the peak of a 700-meter, 2,300 foot mountain in the, I don't know how to say this word, Tijuca Forest National Park.
Oh, I can't find that. What's that?
Tijuca. I'm not sure. I can't quite read it.
Yeah, but it's
is that
on
an L after the T? No, it's an I, another I, isn't it?
It's a Tijuca.
Tijuca.
Tijuca Forest National Park, as Joe would say. It's on the Corcovado Mountain. Now, do we know how much it weighs?
I'm thinking it's probably heavy. Yeah.
I don't think it's millions.
Thousands.
It is thousands. 635,000 kilograms.
Ooh.
That's heavy.
That is one heavy statue.
So where is it? It's on a mountain top, is that right?
Yes.
Rio de Janeiro, looking down on the city.
But it looks and I'm thinking if you're on a mountain, you're going to get struck by lightning a lot. I think it looks like it got struck by lightning in 2014 and one of the statue's thumbs broke off.
Wow. That is a fact I did not know.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, I did not know that fact.
There you go. Prior to the FIFA World Cup in 2014, it got struck by lightning and one of the statue's thumbs broke off.
Did they reattach
do we know
it?
which thumb?
Now, that it doesn't say, but I am imagining they would have fixed it.
Yeah, you'd hope. Little bit of glue, super glue.
Yes, super glue.
Yeah. You're going to need a ton of super glue. I'm imagining thumbs were quite big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess.
Yeah,
so.
it gets struck by lightning 3 to 6 times a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's still standing for now. So
I wouldn't want to be underneath it.
It's a pretty good structural sculpture then.
Yeah. Apart from the thumbs.
Apart from the thumbs.
Thumbs are rubbish thumbs.
One thing we haven't mentioned is the pyramids of Giza, which are, the honorary candidate. Are we not mentioning them?
We can. Do you have something there about the pyramids of Giza, Joe?
Well, they're the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, of the ancient world.
Hmm.
and still
Wow.
the one that remains intact today, which is amazing. So
That is
it's
amazing,
also
yeah.
the oldest, but also the one that's around the most. It
Wow.
was. I've got a little fact here. It was the tallest man-made structure for more than 3,800 years until Lincoln
Wow.
Cathedral was built in 1311 AD. There you
So it's
go.
not
Wow.
quite as tall as
As
Lincoln
Lincoln
Cathedral.
Cathedral, yeah, which kind of makes it not sound as amazing as one
Yeah, it
does.
makes it sound slightly less grand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pyramids are amazing. Anyone been to the pyramids?
No.
No.
I wish I could.
No. Lots of slaves used for those, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, I wonder how the
Yeah.
toilets are.
Yes. I'll Google it, Joe.
Well, seeing as the pyramids are again mausoleums, I don't know how many toilets there are,
Ah, shame. Well, maybe I won't go.
and being built out in the desert again, I don't know
then.
what the facilities are like
Seriously,
there.
those stories are really scary. Like, if your master died, you had to be like put alive with your master in and sealed up inside the pyramid. That scared me.
They would quite often bury their wives alongside pharaohs and their pets as well.
Poor things. I don't like it.
I know, but it's an interesting fact from the ancient world, and I'm glad that we don't do it nowadays. It'd also be very expensive to have a pyramid built
Yes.
for your grave.
Oh,
I think what we've got going in our country is probably adequate.
Well, I was interested. I thought that was really interesting. I learned a lot about what I didn't know about the wonders of the world, the new wonders.
Yeah.
I hope the guys listening have picked some things up as well. So good job.
Was there a particular fact that stuck out to you today, Julia?
Yes, I like the fact that Petra was used in the filming of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah. What about you, Joe? Was there a particular fact you enjoyed?
Oh, I can't remember any of them.
I can't remember any of them. That's okay, because you can always go back and listen to it again.
That's
and
a good
relearn
idea.
all the facts.
You mean you don't remember how long the Great Wall of China was, Joe?
Millions?
You.
No, 21,196, I think, kilometres long.
Brilliant.
I think my favourite fact was actually what you mentioned, Julia, with the fact that Christ the Redeemer wasn't built first in Brazil. It was built in France, just like the Statue of Liberty. It's very
I like the lightning.
fact.
That was good. The lightning was
Yeah,
good.
the lightning was a very good fact.
Yeah. You'd think that they would fly him over to Brazil to build it there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
There must have been reasons.
Alrighty, we just wanted to say thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the topic that we discussed today. And we'll see you all again soon.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dayspace online podcast.